Hey guys, I got my comic book reviews here, and I know it's a little late. It's Monday, I believe, and I normally do the reviews on Saturday. So I know you guys don't really want to talk about comic books from last week, but I really want to do this video. I have a new spot to do my reviews. I'm going to do figure reviews here too, because I just got this new desk. So I'm going to be using this a lot more in videos. Anyways, the reviews we got for you today is Trinity War, Part 2, Ultimate Spider-Man, and Infinity. Plus we got Thor God of Thunder. So I'm gonna start off with Infinity here. Not Infinity, Trinity. Trinity War Part 2 of 6. 6 issues seems a little short for an event that you've been building up for how many years, right? Am I right? Anyways. It was better than the first issue, but this was just a whole bunch of disappointment. You know, because the first issue, it wasn't great, but I can understand why it wasn't great, because they had nothing to build up from. They just had, they had no, preludes or anything at all. They had one, and judging by what I read in the first, that's definitely not enough. So there needed to be more, I think, backup of what was going on, and needed more build-up. But this one is just, I like the first issue. I can forgive it because it's the first issue. This one I just can't forgive it with. I mean, the art is terrible. Let's just look at some terrible artwork. I mean, this is the big. You open the book, and this is what you get. You know, this is the Trinity War. It's supposed to feel epic, and this is just terrible. This is just terrible artwork right here. This is the same guy that did Green Lantern, and he did good. He did a pretty good job, I think, with Green Lantern. But this is god awful. Just a terrible representation of the characters. Like, the faces are bad. This just doesn't look appealing to me, and the artwork is just bad. I mean, everything feels so, like, you look at all the panels, they're all like condensed. It's all small. It doesn't feel big. It doesn't feel epic. I mean, you do have a couple big pages like here and here, but they say these are good because the artwork is so bad. It is just so terrible. But the most interesting part for me was not any of this. This was all garbage. Because pretty much the only thing they had to do was have good artwork. When you're doing a big battle, you don't need good writing. Okay, you just need good artwork, just for it to look good. And this did not exceed to expectations. So the most interesting part was probably this point on, with Superman not knowing why he killed Dr. Light, and Batman's telling him what's going on. It could be because Dr. Light he absorbs light, so maybe that could be it. But anyways, Wonder Woman goes out searching for, maybe the Pandora box did it, which doesn't make any sense. I don't understand why she thinks Pandora's box has anything to do with this, because they just established here that it could be Dr. Light's powers. But anyways, we go on, blah 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 blah, and apparently this Colonel, the whole time, where is he? This Colonel here, apparently the whole time he was the question. This is actually the coolest page in the whole comic book. I actually do not mind this page. This is a cool page. Still, we're on part 2. Next issue will be, we're gonna be halfway through the event, and it still needs a lot to get better. This was the issue I was hoping for it to go from here to here and just build up and build up and build up. So far, we're just sort of, it's coasting along the same lines as the first issue. It's not getting better. It's not getting worse. It's just teeter-tottering, you know, staying the same. 2.8 out of 5 is what I give the Trinity War. I mean, it's really sad because the next issue we reach the halfway point for this event, because they have this gonna be 6 issues. that's just not enough. I mean, you need so much, unless they can really bring something awesome to the table in the next issue, then 6 issues is just not enough. Anyways, we talked too much about Trinity War. Let's do a quick briefing of Ultimate Spider-Man, and then we'll talk about these two. This was really good. Very dialogue heavy, but good dialogue, so that doesn't matter. To me, at least. Yeah, good, just really good dialogue. And solid art, great writing, and Ultimate Spider-Man is back. I can spoil the hell out of these comic books because it's old news. So Spider-Man's back, and it looks like him and Spider-Girl will be going up against the people at Roxxon. Yeah, this was really good. I really liked it. Just good issue. 4.5 out of 5. Pick up Ultimate Spider-Man. It's been a great series, and it's always exceeded expectations. I don't know which one to talk about first. I'll talk about Thor first. Thor: God of Thunder. This was my pick of the week. Thor: God of Thunder, God Bomb, Part 4. And this has been fantastic. I don't want to... I know, my name's Spidey Fan Reviews. You can be there saying, oh, Marvel fanboy, oh, yeah, cares about... He likes Marvel more. Whatever. I'm gonna say this. DC has nothing like this. DC has no comic book like this. Like, they are getting outplayed. Every single issue DC has is getting outplayed by this one single title. And that's sad, because I really want something good from DC. I really want to see them put something out that is just amazing. I want the Trinity War to be really good. But then again, I kind of do like bashing on it. But I want to read the Trinity War and be like, wow. Wow, that was awesome. And I haven't got that yet. This, though, I got all my wow factor from, because this was amazing. Jason Aaron has now created his masterpiece. Jason Aaron did a great job on the Hulk. The first sort of run after it sort of got a little stupid, but this is his masterpiece, Thor: God of Thunder. This whole run, this whole entire 4 parts, even since issue 1, the whole 10 issues have been masterpiece, hit out of the park, home run, pick of the week, whatever you want to call it. They've all been great. And this one was great too. This is, what did you think? I thought this would be like the issue before the conclusion of the God Bomb, so next issue will be the conclusion, or this issue. I thought this issue was actually going to be the conclusion, but nope, he's going to keep it going, and I was surprised by that. The art is fantastic. The way the faces are drawn is fantastic. Everything in this issue is just utterly fantastic. Oh, it's so good. And we have some vicious battles. We have some great dialogues back and forth. Some great artwork. Just please, do yourself a favor. Read Thor: God of Thunder. This is the best Thor comic book in a long time. I never thought I would be sitting here reading comic books, a Thor comic book, and talk about how amazing it is. Because that is what this has been. This has nothing on Matt. Like, Matt Fraction's run has nothing on this. Nothing. I cannot believe I read a Thor comic book that is this good. 4.8 out of 5. And pick of the week. Now, Infinity, I really want to talk about, because I read this 3 times. I read it 3 times. First time I didn't really get it. Second time I sort of got it. And third time I just want to make sure I got everything about it. And this was great. Infinity is so much... Like, this is just Prelude to Infinity, and it's already better than Trinity War. Like, look. I just want to show some difference with the artwork, okay? Show you the difference in the artwork. Okay, we have the battle scene, which I'll get to. Get a good battle scene here. There's a good battle scene. That's probably one of their... No, wait, their coolest page was... Yeah. You can see, every single for the battle. Big. Everything's big in this. You know, everything has a big. The artwork is way better than this, but it has big pages, big artwork, everything. Everything is big. Okay, you can see it, and that. Okay, everything's big, and then this one, everything is just small. It's all small. Small. Look at that. Small. There's so much going on in these pages. It's all small. It doesn't feel like an event. It just feels like a crappy comic book. This is big. But you look at how many. This has about 2 splash pages and a couple big pages. This doesn't have any splash pages, but almost every page is big. Now you can argue the fact that this is small and this has more text. That's incorrect. Well, this has more text. This is more mature. That's what I'm trying to say. This is more mature. This is for adults. This can be read by kids. Kids will not get this. There's so much going on, and it feels like so much mature. You can just tell by the covers. You can tell for the covers which one is more mature. You can tell by look how many colors they use, and then look at this. You can tell that this event is going to be a lot more mature when this event is one of the events that everybody can read. Now, there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with a comic book that everybody can read. But I'm just saying, there's so many more. Marvel has put out so many more comic books for adults, and DC is more aiming. Kids can read any one of DC's titles. There are very few that kids can read. I mean, Fantastic Four, FF. What else can they read? Maybe the Avengers AI. But there's not much. DC, anybody can read it. I think that's why I'm going with Infinity. Anyways, I'm here to talk about Infinity, not Trinity War and the comparison of artwork. So let's talk about Infinity, shall we? This was a great read. This is my runner-up. Thor, God of Thunder is here. Infinity is just a little. Well, it's a landslide. I mean, Thor, God of Thunder was so much better, but what can you do? This was great. You have 3 different story arcs going on here. You have the Star Brand, which was actually pretty good. I forget this kid's name. He was in previous Avengers. He was the Star Brand. The White Event or something like that. Kevin's his name. And him and Adam. This is Adam. They're gonna break out of there. So they're breaking out of the spear, and then we have we have the story arc here, which I never really got in the previous issues until I read this. These ships I never got. Now I do, because they are the Space Knights, Rom and the Space Knights. And I read all the other Infinity comic books before, and it said you know, they are the Knights. It doesn't really. Then you got Rom and the Space Knights. Oh my god. This is the best Easter egg we've gotten in comic books all year. Rom and the Space Knights. And this is only Prelude to Infinity. This feels like an event. This does not feel like a prelude. This just feels like Infinity Part 3. That's what this feels like. That is how awesome this is. If this is the prelude, I cannot wait to see the event. And if in your prelude you're including an Easter egg of Rom and the Space Knights, characters we have not seen in how many years, that is a pretty awesome prelude to me. And if we're gonna see more of this, like Rom and the Space Knights and Infinity, then this is just gonna be one of Marvel's best events. Hands down. If this continues to be this good, this could go down as Marvel's best event. And then we have the other plot, which is the battle, which is great. And the other plot, which is Hulk. That's really all I really want to talk about. That the battle's great. Every single Ramen the Space Knight Returns. Grade issue 4.7 out of 5. So hope you liked my reviews, and I'll catch you later. Peace.